Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Virgo in August 2021. What's going on, Virgo? How, excuse me, are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well. Virgo, first things first, happy birthday, friends. Not your season just yet. It is fast approaching, though, so happy birthday, whether you're celebrating at the end of August or later on in September as your season is approaching. I hope if you are celebrating yourself, if you have time off from work, if you're able to get together with friends, family, loved ones, what have you, that you do so and have a good time. I am of the personal belief, excuse me, that each and every one of us, not just I am a Leo, you're a Virgo, but not any particular sign, but everybody, if you have the chance to celebrate yourself, you should do so. Honor yourself, pamper yourself, rest yourself, go out and live to your fullest, or stay home with a nice comfortable blanket and book in your lap, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so if no one else is going to honor you on your special day, it should at least be you, the individual. Okay, Virgo, other announcements here. I'm tentatively planning to do the live for your season on September 11th, which is a Saturday this year. So if you have time on September 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern, you can join me here on the channel and I'll answer your questions. But again, that's tentative. I might change the date. Please look out for announcements as the day grows closer, okay? And yeah, apologies for the lateness of this video. As you see, this is an August reading, but it's almost mid-August. I got sick pretty bad for about five and a half days, which really knocked my schedule back a bit with doing videos for you guys, so please forgive me, alright? And no other announcements, guys, so anything you want from me, it's in the description box already. There will be no overall messages from the bottom of the deck this month. Instead, we're going to end with an oracle message, but to start, Virgo, you have Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, Page of Swords. Knight and Page of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing, you don't have to be. Basically, I'm seeing here some kind of delay, Virgo. Pages are not overly active energies, especially the Page of Swords. He's very much a spy or an observational energy, someone who studies, someone who crunches numbers, or, you know, is more in their head and more in a talking phase than an actual putting effort into action. Thank you. And then the Knight of Swords, knights tend to move, knights tend to show some type of activity, but it being in the reverse, I feel it's like a stuck energy. So some of you Virgos might find yourselves in unforgiving situations, meaning you might want progress, you might want to make a certain move, make a certain decision, but there are factors outside of your control that influence this delay, okay? For some of you, it's a delay in travel. The little rabbit here on the Two of Wands has a globe by its little paw, or rabbit foot, I guess, not a paw. And so some of you might be delayed in going somewhere, returning from somewhere. You might see flights or travel plans canceled or postponed entirely. Or you have a great expectation of these things happening, but they're slow to come to fruition. So maybe your job is saying they're going to send you somewhere to work on a project or help oversee the start of an international office, or, you know, good old Boise. Maybe there's a new startup office going to Boise, Idaho, and you live in Maine, or you live in Pennsylvania, or you live in Texas, wherever, it doesn't matter. But because of situations, again, that are out of your control, the pandemic, right, or other factors, it doesn't have to be that. There's a slow process with that. It's not happening as quickly as you want. That would be the Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords is very, I want it now, or I want to make a move on this, or I want to rush in and say my piece and then, you know, dip off into the sunset or whatever. There's just like this, I need to get this off my chest. I need this to happen now. Need to. And if not need to, just want to. I want this to happen. Two of Wands also indicates that, because that involves choice. That involves us saying, I've made a decision. I'm choosing left, not right. I'm choosing A, not B. I'm choosing, you know, to go here, not there. So there is this desire to make moves, but this Page of Swords feels more, or excuse me, this Page of Swords feels like there's more information coming in. There are different elements that haven't been considered before, complications that you weren't prepared that you weren't prepared for, or you tried your best not to run into problems, but here come problems, or here come something with delay. This can go in all kinds of ways. For many of you, this is your work life, your business life, your professional life. Others of you, it is relationships, but I'm feeling more family and friends, not necessarily romantic. And lots of communication over here with the Page of Swords, since he has these different envelopes floating around him, so different messages. So it could be maybe you're not going anywhere, Virgo, but you have to deliver the message. Like you could be the in-between. You could be, the concierge or something like that, or the person who is in charge of delegating and assigning people to travel. And you're based on regulations, based on locality of where, your employees need to go, or your partners need to go, your clients need to go. They simply can't make those moves, so you have to deliver the bad news of, hey guys, this project of ours is now on hold, on hiatus for about, however long it's going to be. Yes? Again, feels heavily in your business world, your professional world. If it's personal, meaning friends, family, lovers, etc., involving other people that you love and care for outside of a professional setting, it could be a difference of two people. It could be, trying to make plans with a person, but again, circumstances are out of yours or their control. And so this might be a mismatch of schedules. You can't find free time. They can't find free time, or when you do, the other person's busy, etc., etc. If it's, for some of you, they're giving me this feeling of tender, like so new. If it's a new relationship, if it's a new friendship, and even still a new business relationship, there is some skepticism. So maybe this is like a reschedule of a reschedule. If this has like been consistently, or not consistently, but a few times over beforehand been rescheduled, you're kind of like pissed off at the most, or feeling really slighted or generally inconvenienced in the least, right? There's this feeling of, I'm wasting my time. I've tried to hook up with you here. I've tried to make way for you, make time for you in my diary over here. And it feels like, in some of your cases, you might have a person who ducks you with the Knight of Swords in reverse there. So for some of you, the person that you would like to hook up with, not in a sexual way when I say hook up, just like link up, meet up, get things going with in some type of way, friendship, business, family, whatever. It feels like for some of you, like a personal thing, like this person keeps giving you the slip. I don't know that that's necessarily true. I feel in most of the cases for people who are going to resonate with this message, it is out of your control. It's out of the other person's control for the most part. You can't really predict or dictate, how an airline, how a train or rail system is going to operate. You can't dictate or control how your schedule is going to open up or when it's going to open up. So it's really just poor circumstances of why you and another person, or you and a situation excuse me, are not aligning. Okay, pretty straightforward message. Nothing to clarify, so look, we're just going to build on the message now. So what else can you tell Virgo at this time regarding this message, regarding the situation? Give me more. What else can you tell Virgo at this time regarding the situation? Show me more, please. That was like a hell of a dance that card did. Maybe some of you are dancers. Maybe that's a reason. Like, I'm assuming performing arts, or people who, give performances on stage or on film, something like that. Creative projects maybe at a halt. Why can't I talk? Halt. That sounds like I'm saying halt, even though I know I'm not saying that. But for 2 seconds, I was like, that was halt. Whatever. At least one more, please. Thank you. Oh, well. Yeah, we're going to take that one. But I'm going to note what came, because there's more than one that came face up here. So it's the Eight of Cups, disappointment, and the Queen of Swords. More air sign energy. So you might be disappointed with how a person is communicating, or someone might be disappointed in the ways in which you're communicating. Could be harshness between you and another person, but that's not for everybody. I have to be honest, Virgo, your energy doesn't feel super contentious. It doesn't feel like you or someone else is necessarily, in a rage over anything. It can be for a few, with the Knight of Swords being reversed there, and there could be biting words, there could be, colorful language exchange, but overall it just feels like inconvenience, poor timing, poor scheduling, etc. Okay? First card out was the Ace of Swords in reverse, Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Now it takes a personal turn. So, just as I said, for many of you, it doesn't feel like it's contentious. Here comes the side where it's a bit more contentious. If you're dealing with family, friends, long-term relationships, that's reflected here in the Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, that's water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be dealing, but you don't have to be. I feel that maybe there has been intentional miscommunication, or someone has sort of gone off the deep end. You, someone else, a third person in the situation. This could all be you're just in the peripheral here. It doesn't have to be you and one person primarily dealing with each other. You could be sort of hearing and experiencing things secondhand, if that makes sense, okay? But in some of your cases, Virgo, someone has deliberately participated in lies, deception, manipulation, poor communication, arguments for the sake of arguing. Could be that someone, if not lied, changed their statement, changed their mind about something, which might be perceived as a lie, which might be perceived as, deception and mischievous intentions. It might honestly be a change of mind, a change of heart, something like that. Regardless, I think that if you have a long-term relationship with a person, friend, family, otherwise, whatever, you or they are very put off by this change. A lot of changeability with the three air or three swords cards you have out here related to the air element. So things can turn on a dime here. And you or someone else might not be prepared for that. Might feel sort of put between a rock and a hard place, or put in a position where you kind of feel like you've been given an ultimatum, where you've been told, well, you have, instead of 4 options or 5, now you just have 2 options or 1 option. It's like you feel backed into a corner. You feel really influenced to go with the flow, or go with what other people say is the correct decision, I suppose. So a little bit of your agency or your ability to be in control is in question here. It could be a situation where somebody like I'm just going to use this as an example. I don't think most of you Virgos could be conned into this, or I don't think you would do this, but let's just say someone puts a contract in front of your face, and instead of allowing you or encouraging you to read the contract from start to finish, they say, here's the summary of what you're about to sign, and they proceed to tell you what is within the contract. Yes, there's a pretense that I get the sense that you innately would trust this person, but now you can't trust this person. Like, either the same person lied to you before, or was not speaking 100% truth with you before, or you've been in a similar situation and you've learned from that. Oh, I've signed contracts before, or I've gotten into business with people without checking their credentials before. I'm never going to do that again. And that, it's like there's a distrusting energy here for some of you. Again, this still can be business, but in many of your cases, what I'm talking about now is like business and personal, right? So anything that you have officially documented with a spouse, with a brother, with a sister, with a cousin, with your next door neighbor, whoever, there's a component of things being professional, or things being I suppose lawful, or wrapped up in some system where there could be consequences, financial consequences, legal consequences, things like this, right? So there's deep contracts you have. Most of what I've been talking about has come from the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. This is not where you want to be with this person or people. Could be more than one person. Ten of Pentacles again. All right. You don't want to be in a situation like this. You don't want to have to make these decisions. You don't want ultimatums or certain contracts being put before you. You don't want people treating you like a dummy. Of course, that's also here too. You don't want people lying to you. And so I'm just getting that somewhere in the mix, this Queen of Cups is either playing a fool or is being treated like a fool. Meaning, this could be the person who's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. This could be the person who's telling you to sign the papers but don't read the papers, right? Queen of Cups can be a motherly figure or somebody who you trust like a mother. So an auntie, a cousin, an older sister. They don't have to be female either, but I'm just, going along a little bit with the feminine lean that's coming off of this energy. And what do I mean when I say feminine lean? Meaning this person is very passive. They're very receptive. And they're very quiet, but they're actually in control of a lot of things, or they actually have more influence than, the naked eye would have you believe. Yes, this is somebody who might carry a lot of power and influence, or carry some very important, they have more to do with it than they appear to. So if this was a contractual thing, this is you might be dealing with the proxy. You might be dealing with the representative of the Queen of Cups, if that makes sense. So you might have a contract in front of you, and this is the person that the contract affects most centrally, most poignantly, but this person is not even present in the room. Does that make sense? So they're around, they exist within the story, but you don't see them much. You might not even talk to them ever. Going back to the family thing, this could be about estranged relatives. This could be about alimony or inheritance or something like that. Again, Ten of Pentacles. And so this could be a great auntie that you never met, but she passed away, and here comes this, inheritance your way that you have to fight your brothers and sisters about. Or, the will is contested by this person's brother or this person's son or whatever. Who knows? There could be all kinds of reasons why they are important, but they're just not present. Okay? Virgo, wherever you are, you could be that person, by the way. It could go any way. I think this situation doesn't have much of an outcome from these 6 cards, and we're not going to use the tarot deck to get an outcome. But so why am I bringing that up? I don't think that this is a quickly sorted problem for most of you. I think it's ongoing, but it is still coming to this crossover point, this not overlap point, but the ending of something is like the simultaneous beginning of another thing, if that makes sense. So there's not going to be, for some of you, not everybody, there's not going to be much of a lull between the ending of something, which is signified, can't talk today, signified by the Ten of Pentacles. Something is accumulated, something is sort of reaching the end of one cycle, and another cycle will begin with the Ace of Swords there, right? So I feel that, similar to what I said before, something is on a delay. Something isn't quite wrapped up yet you or someone else has a lot of intention, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, even Knight of Swords in reverse, to get things started. So if this was, going back to what we said in the beginning, traveling for work, relocating for work, the reason why is contracts haven't been settled, a lot of extraneous things that you may not be aware of, is contributing to why things are not getting started the way you want or other people want. Okay? All right, so let's get an oracle card on this, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay, let's get an oracle card out here for Virgo, please. And if someone has lied to you, or if you have participated in a lie. I don't see that that's necessarily unfavorable. I don't get the sense that that necessarily is going to come back to haunt the person or really damage the person. In some cases it will. Again, if you have legal issues here, there could be some issues of perjury or giving false testimony, stuff like that. But if it's not in that type of realm, or there's no way that type of consequence can develop, in some of your cases, somebody might get away with murder. Not literally, figuratively, you know. So be careful. All right, let's get a oracle card for Virgo, please. Oracle card for Virgo in August 2021. All right, let's see. You guys have, dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right places, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and will never ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All that is your department. Oh God, no, can't read today. All that is our department. Thank you. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are an incredible and amazing, and you are an incredible. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? You are incredible. Thank you. And amazing. And a magnet for miracles. That would be a great mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. I'll hold this up so you can pause it and read it for yourself. Apologies for the stumbling there while reading that. But that kind of speaks to your general nature, the general nature of a Virgo. Right? The general nature of a Virgo is to stress about things when progress isn't seen, when things are not going, not necessarily always the way you want, but in a way that makes sense, in a way that seems practical, pragmatic, yes? So even if you're being told it's coming, you want to know, well, what's the new ETA? What's the new, invoice number? If you are looking for your flight to be rescheduled, you need to know the flight number, the gate number as soon as possible. So you're being told things are in the works, like the card indicates, things are working. The spirit universe has it in their hands. You're like, but I need a rolling update on this. So the unknown of it is really stressing you out, upsetting you, aggravating you, disappointing you. So, it's hard. It's a hard one for most Virgos to get into, but, get into the unknowingness of it all. Okay. And like the card says, for some of you, take it with a grain of salt. There might be some miracles in the work. Okay. All right, Virgo, that is your reading for August. If you like this reading, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, even leave comments down below. I love reading those things. Again, look out for things coming in your birthday season. Birthday message will be around the first day of Virgo. And again, I'll go live for you guys, I think on September the 11th. Be sure to look out for announcements for that, okay? And if you want to find me for a personal reading, look in the description box below, okay? Thank you, Virgo, so much for watching. I appreciate you. Take care.